In this video, I'm going to show you how to install PHP on Windows. There's a separate video for Mac users, so if you're on a Mac, skip this video entirely. Setting up PHP used to be a complicated process, but that's no longer the case thanks to integrated packages that install all the necessary components automatically. Several are available, but the one I've chosen is XAMPP for Windows, which installs the Apache web server, a full version of PHP, and the MySQL open source database, as well as several other components. We won't be using MySQL in this workshop, but you'll almost certainly need it as you learn more about PHP. XAMPP is free and easy to install. Go to this URL, www.apachefriends.org/en/xampp-windows.html, and then scroll down to the Downloads section. XAMPP comes in three different versions: Installer, Zip, and 7-zip. The one that you want is the installer version, so just click this link here, which will take you to the SourceForge site and begin the download. And download the file to your local hard disk. After downloading the installer, double-click the icon to begin the installation process. You're asked to choose a language for installation. I'm going to use English, so just click OK. Then there's this warning message which tells you not to install in the Program Files folder. We're not going to do that, so you can just simply click OK. This starts the setup wizard. So click Next, and you're asked to choose the install location. The default is at the top level of your C drive in a folder called XAMPP, and this is where I recommend that you install it. If you don't want to put it on your C drive, I recommend using another drive, but using this same folder, XAMPP. Once you've made your selection, click Next. The first two checkboxes are selected by default. One of them is to create a XAMPP desktop icon, and the other one is to put it in the Start menu. I recommend you leave them as they are. The Service section, to install Apache as service and install MySQL as service, what this does is it will automatically start Apache and MySQL each time that you start your computer. I recommend that you leave these unchecked, because if you want to install them as services, it's very easy to do so from the XAMPP control panel. So just click Install. The installation process basically involves just extracting a large number of files. It takes quite a long time, so I'm going to skip this. Don't worry about seeing this short flash of the command prompt. And once it's finished, then just click the Finish button. This message asks you if you want to start the control panel now, so click Yes. And this launches the XAMPP control panel. Now, if you're running on a 64-bit platform like I am, you'll see this warning message down here, but the little info message says, well, maybe you're running on a 64-bit platform, so please ignore it, so it's nothing to worry about. These buttons here start and stop the various services. The ones that you're interested in are Apache and MySQL, so click the Start button for both of them. And you should see this green label running come up alongside them fairly quickly. If you don't see a running label alongside Apache, it usually means that another program is using port 80 on your computer. There's a separate video which deals with troubleshooting this particular problem, so I'm assuming that everything is working okay at the moment. If you want to install Apache and MySQL as services at a later stage so that they start up automatically each time that you boot your computer, just select these SVC checkboxes alongside. I'm not going to bother with FileZilla, Mercury or Tomcat. They're not related to this workshop at all. So, assuming that Apache and MySQL are running, minimize the control panel and then go to your browser and type in the address bar localhost, all as one word, and press enter. And you should see this XAMPP screen with a selection of languages. Choose whichever language you want to use. I'm going to use English. And this brings up a XAMPP welcome screen. This message here recommends you should try status on the left navigation to make sure everything works fine. So let's click that status. And we've got green activated labels here for all the important ones. The last three, if they're red, that doesn't matter at all. Next, click Security in the left-hand menu. Now we have 4 unsecure labels here. The first one says that the XAMPP pages are accessible by network for everyone. I'm running on a local network, so that's why we've got that there. You don't need to worry about that. MySQL user root has no password, and PHP myadmin is accessible. You do need to worry about that, and we'll fix that in a moment. PHP is not running in safe mode. You don't need to worry about that at all, because safe mode is being removed from the next major version of PHP. It's deprecated, so you don't have to worry about it at all. So we need to fix these items, so scroll down a little bit further, and there's this link, localhost security XAMPP security PHP. Click that, and you're prompted to create a root password for the MySQL superuser, which is called root. It's very important to set a password. It's also very important to remember what the password is. I'm going to set mine and repeat the new password, and then click the password changing button down here. And if I go back to the security page, you see that we now have the MySQL admin user root is secure, and PHP myadmin is secure. The Apache web server and MySQL take up very few resources running in the background, but if you do want to stop them, maximize the XAMPP control panel and then just click the stop button, and they usually stop pretty quickly. We won't be using MySQL at all in this workshop, but you do need to start Apache before you start any of the lessons. So it's very easy, just open the XAMPP control panel and click the start button until you've got the running label here. Assuming that Apache is running, your local testing environment has been successfully installed. In another video, I'll show you how to check your PHP configuration, and then you'll be ready to start working with PHP.